Her aunt and uncle had always treated her well. Everything her cousin had, she would have, sometimes even better. But even though she was grateful, she could never feel secure. To an outsider, she was a girl born with a silver spoon. She had beautiful clothes that were the envy of girls her age, and even a cute phone that other girls her age could only see on magazines. Since she wasn't her aunt and uncle's biological daughter, they would never treat her as strictly as they would treat her cousin. Even if both of them were to get into trouble, they would always punish Anxia, her cousin, and not her. When they quarreled, Anxia would be the one getting scolded. The difference in treatment made her aware of their distance. She would always be an outsider, and her own home had been destroyed when she was 10 in a car accident. From then on, she never fought with Anxia, learning to give in, learning to make hot tea for her aunt and uncle after a hard day at work. She always thought that her youth would stay in Asan forever, but that was only until she met him. That day, she and her table mate had classroom duty. After class, the sky was clear and the sun was bright, but by the time they locked the classroom door and walked out of the school, a sudden bolt of lightning struck the sky. Qiao Wenhao hugged her bag as she rushed towards the bus stop. Halfway through, it started pouring. Qiao Wenhao continued to hug her bag, running towards the nearest shelter. She ran into a dilapidated house, and just then, someone else rushed in as well. Out of curiosity, she lifted her head, glancing towards the other person. The person was a boy with white skin. He had on a pair of headphones and his bag slung over one shoulder. Both his hands were held against the wall. He had his head turned so Qiao Wenhao could only catch a glimpse of his profile, but she noticed that he was wearing the same uniform as her, just that his were pants and hers was a skirt. Qiao Wenhao was considered a tall girl, even taller than some guys her age, but this guy was so much taller than her. They were the only ones in the house seeking shelter and, since they didn't know each other, they remained silent. When the rain finally calmed, the guy suddenly reached out with his hand to pull his bag forward. He straightened, turning his face slightly. That was when she first saw how he looked. He possessed the most beautiful face that she had ever seen. He had a clean look that was not commonly seen, and in that instance, she felt as though she had come face to face with the main character of her dreams.